Hi, how's it going? My name is Shaine, and today I want to share with you my experience with taking Ormus, or Monatomic Gold, white powder gold. It's known by a few different names, but basically it's a type of supplement. If you don't really know what it is, I would suggest, doing a bit of research and just getting familiar with it. I'll post a few links in the description that I think are good as far as kind of an introduction into what Ormus is. Because I won't really be covering that in this video. I just plan on kind of just sharing my own experiences that I've had over the past 6 months. Alright, so I kind of wrote down some notes to kind of be able to lay out my ideas. But basically, I've taken a few different forms of Ormus over the past few months. I've taken Mother of Alchemy. I've taken 3 different products that they offer. I've also taken ZP Tech, their M3, like their liquid formula that they have. I've also taken the Ethereum Gold by Harmonic Enterprises, and then also, the list still goes, I've taken Magnetic Trap Water Ormus from Cherokee Gold, and then also from Cherokee Gold I've been taking their Starfire Powder Ormus. So I know that's quite a bit, so I'll try to, I won't be talking about each product individually. I'll probably do different videos for that. So this video I just will kind of give an overview of my experience with Ormus over the past 6 months. So with that said, basically how I take it is I take it each morning before I meditate, and then in the evening before I meditate. And then also I take it in the afternoon. Well, the one I take in the afternoon is the Ethereum Gold. This is, I think, out of all of them, this is the only one that I've taken, I guess, consistently over the 6 months, like each week or each day. I take this in the afternoons. As far as like the other Ormus products that I've taken, like I started with the Mother of Alchemy. I took that for 6 weeks, and then I went to ZB Tech, took that for 6 weeks. So I can kind of get a feel for each of those. So that's kind of how that transitioned. But this I keep in my purse, and I take like during my break at work in the afternoon. So yeah. But also, I noticed in the last video I posted, a lot of people were saying, oh, you should take it, you're supposed to take it under your tongue, which I have been doing. So like when I take this or any of the other types of Ormus I take, I hold it like under my tongue for a while and, take it that way, because I guess that's supposed to help it absorb better instead of it, absorbing through the stomach acid or whatnot. Like it absorbs better in the mouth, supposedly. I don't know, but I have been doing that. Let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, results. So some things I have noticed from taking the Ormus for these past 6 months is I have noticed a higher sensitivity to like energy. I guess that kind of probably sounds like far out, like, ooh, energy, but I honestly have noticed that I have been a bit more sensitive to just like the energy is like within my own body and just in the surrounding, and yeah, and it's pretty interesting because I wouldn't consider myself to be one very sensitive to such things prior to taking Ormus. So I noticed that within like after the first month or so of taking it is when I really started noticing it, and I didn't really know what I was noticing. It was kind of like, what's going on? Like, why am I feeling this? What is going on here? But it's like now, as I've kind of evaluated things, it's like, okay, yeah, I feel that, okay, it's just a higher sensitivity that I'm experiencing. And I have noticed that my meditations, which was the main motivation of me starting to take Ormus, was just kind of hoping to get a deeper meditation practice going. So I have noticed within my meditations a positive effect from taking the Ormus supplements. Let's see, what else have I here? Oh, yeah, in the first video I posted, which was like after 10 days of taking it, I had mentioned that I was experiencing like tiredness from taking it, like my body felt really drained. And then now, as I look back on it, it makes sense, like it was just the way I feel it was just like my body just getting adjusted to like the energies, like, because I've noticed I've had similar type of, I don't know, like side effects or whatnot, even from using like high energy crystals and just other type of energy work that I've done. That's usually like a common side effect or symptom that I have when I do any type of like energy work, is I end up for the first few days experience like that kind of tiredness feeling or whatnot, where I have to, you know, take some extra naps or whatnot. So that's kind of like my view of that. As far as negatives, one thing I have noticed with Ormus is that I don't feel like it's the best to take like right directly before like going to sleep or to bed, for a couple reasons. One is sometimes it can kind of give you like an increase in energy, so it's harder to fall asleep. And then also something I've noticed is that I feel like if you're taking these supplements, it's good to make sure you're drinking plenty of water, because if I take it like right before I go to sleep, I notice that I'll wake up like really like thirsty, like my mouth will be really dry and just like you know, and then more so than normal. Like, it's like obviously you wake up thirsty, but like it's like a more intense like thirst. Like I notice it, and it's only if I take it right before I go to sleep. So if I take it earlier in the evening, you know, when I do my evening meditation earlier in the evening, I don't have that same effect when I wake up. Like, so, because obviously if I take it earlier, then I'm able to drink a few glasses of water before I go to bed, and that seems to work fine. Let's see, also I noted, I think with if you're taking this supplement, an Ormus supplement, ideally you would want to have like a clean like diet, I guess. It's clean, you know, like green, organic. But I will have to admit that that is not the case with me. I am a vegetarian, I have been for a couple years, but, and I don't eat out, I don't eat fast food, but at the same time, I wouldn't consider my diet exactly, you know, totally green or raw or organic by any means. I definitely have room for improvement in that world. But, you know, if you can eat better, you know, do that, you know, even if you're not taking Ormus, you know, it's, I guess, good. Someone in one of my videos also asked me if I experienced any lucid dreaming, and I haven't. And then I wouldn't say my dreams aren't necessarily more vivid either. My dreams have always been kind of off the wall, and I've always been one to really remember my dreams. And I also started recently keeping a dream journal, but anyways. But I wouldn't say that I've really experienced any difference within my dreams or them being more lucid or anything like that. Also, someone in one of my last videos had commented, like, they were saying, oh, don't take Ormus because, you know, he was saying he like experienced like demonic voices and things like that. I haven't had anything like that, thank goodness. So I haven't had any type of dark or negative entities or energies or anything like that. My experience has all pretty much been positive. So yeah. I just want to put that out there, and like I said, I've taken several different kinds and haven't had any sort of, I guess, dark or negative experiences like that, which is good. So yeah, and I think I've pretty much talked about everything on my notes. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I will be glad to answer them, and then, you know, hopefully when I do future videos as far as updates, I'll be able to answer those in that, or yeah, so let me know. And let's see, let me check one more time if there's anything else. No? So I hope this was helpful, because I know how it is, like, with wanting to find information about these types of things, because I know I'm definitely one that was like searching trying to find anyone's experience or reviews or results, and it's just hard with these type of more experimental type deals. So yeah, again, leave any questions, you know, subscribe so you'll be updated if whenever I end up posting up future videos, and thank you for watching.